Hi, this is Chris Atwood of the Retro Underground. Every week we're going to be featuring classic 80s alternative interviews, ticket giveaways if we have them, as well as countdowns from the classic 80s college radio station days. And just wanted to talk about China Crisis. Remember that band? They were in line with sort of OMD, the Flock of Seagulls, Echo and the Bunnymen, and the Teardrop Explodes. All those bands were out of Liverpool, England, and China Crisis got started in 1979 with Gary Daly and Eddie London. I had the pleasure to see them perform a full set a few weeks ago on Huntington Beach in California. They would have only played a few songs at the Like Totally 80s Festival on Huntington Beach back on May 11th, but for some strange reason, that festival was canceled for permit reasons. They played at the Gallagher's Pub in Huntington Beach, California, a full set, unbelievable. And if you remember that band at all, they were sort of like Roxy Music. They had 5 top 40 singles during their day and 3 top 40 albums. And when we saw them at Huntington Beach, there were about 100 people that were there in a very intimate setting, had a chance to meet both of them and to listen to some of their music live. Here's a clip on the Retro Underground. That was China Crisis here on the Retro Underground with me, Chris Atwood. That was taken at the Gallagher's Pub in Huntington Beach, California. In lieu of their set that never happened at the Like Totally Festival, once we find out more about that and the possible rescheduled date in October, we'll bring it to you live here on the Retro Underground. Do check out China Crisis, their new album from 2017, so a couple of years old. It's called Autumn in the Underground. I think you're going to like it. Next up on the Retro Underground, we're going to chat very briefly about the English Beat. They're back out on tour with Dave Wakeling fronting the band. Recently had the pleasure to see them perform in Massachusetts, the kickoff of their 2-month tour, June and July, the Northeast and out to Southern California as well. Let's watch a clip from the most recent show that they did back in Massachusetts a few days ago. The English Beat here on the Retro Underground, a great performance that they had here in Massachusetts. Check out their website and for more information about where they're going to be coming to a place near you. Next up on the Retro Underground, we're going to do a top 10 countdown. I think you're going to like what you see. Hey, this is Chris Atwood. We've come to the final segment of the Retro Underground, where we do a countdown from June 9th, 1983 of the top 10 alternative songs that were climbing up and down the British charts. Starting us off at number 10, Big Country with In a Big Country. 9, Spandau Ballet with True. At number 8, Heaven 17, Temptation. Style Council was at number 7 with Money Go Round. Can't Get Used to Losing You by the Beat was at number 6. Number 5, David Bowie, China Girl. Number 4, Joe Boxers, They Just Got Lucky. Number 3, Yazoo in England, Yaz here in the United States, Nobody's Diary. Number 2, on June 9th, 1983, the week of, Wham, Bad Boys. And the number 1 song for June 9th, 1983, that entire week, was The Police with Every Breath You Take. So tonight we've flashed back with China Crisis, we checked in with the English Beat, and we did a top 10 countdown for the week of June 9th, 1983. That's the inaugural issue or episode of the Retro Underground right here on Strange Ways Radio. If you've liked what you've seen so far, subscribe to the page, Strange Ways Radio, and do check me out on the alternative over on Facebook. 80s Alternative Radio is the Facebook destination for that. Until the next time, keep spinning.